Hey y'all, happy Monday. I was watching a TikTok by a fellow coach that works with me in the Freedom from Alcohol program with Chris Shattuck, Matt Gardner. I'm talking about Matt Gardner here, but he was describing how breaking up with alcohol is like breaking up with a friend or breaking up with a lover, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever the case may be. And we do an exercise with our clients within the program, Freedom from Alcohol, where we have our clients write a breakup letter to alcohol, and we say, you know what, treat it like a person that did you wrong. And what Matt was talking about on his TikTok was that it's okay. This is what I took from the TikTok anyway, okay? Let's just put it at that. It's okay to mourn that relationship with alcohol because in the beginning, yeah, it was fun. Yeah, it was a way to like blow off steam. Yeah, it was there for you and your needs, like when you were in your younger years and there was a breakup or something stressful. And it did create a fun environment. So we have some of these like romanticized thoughts about alcohol. But over time, that friend, that boyfriend started to get violent or maybe not doing things in your best interest or not treating you the way that you think you should be treated. So then take that to alcohol. And so all of a sudden you're starting to recognize that alcohol is not treating you the way that you thought. You know, it's not that good time. It's actually 2 days worth of a hangover. So you just kind of start to see the cracks in the facade of the friendship or the relationship with a lover, and how you can still mourn the relationship that you had. And I was just kind of thinking about, it brought up a memory for me of a friend that I recently lost, and then a friend that I lost years and years ago. And the circumstances were both such that I had to mourn the friendship that I had with that person before it turned sour, or before their true character shone through, which is the same thing. I had this beautiful relationship with these two women, and one fell apart and the other one fell apart. I had to mourn and let go that it was a beautiful relationship for a time. And even though it turned out that these people were not going to stay in my life long term, it's okay that it hurt, right? So alcohol's the same thing. And I did go through a process of mourning alcohol when I quit because she was kind of there for everything. And she was already personified in my world. So she was what I came home for. She was, you know, the reason that I was like excited to bop into my garage and, you know, turn the car off and run upstairs and, ooh, time to crack that wine. But she was also like, you know, the thing to do if I was bored and the thing to do if I was stressed and the thing to do if we were celebrating. So, you know, I had all the reasons that I was drinking. But when I slowly started to see that it was really killing me slowly, you know, I was going to have health problems at some point. It was killing my relationships. It was killing my productivity and my potential and all these other things. I just kind of started to see the cracks in the facade and just realized like, hey, it's got to go. But that doesn't mean that I didn't mourn it. I don't want it anymore. And I don't want those friendships anymore that the person, you know, you think it's one thing and it's really something else that you don't see until later. I don't want that friendship back, but it's okay to mourn what I had with that person before the, you know, the thinning of the veil and you start to see everything. So that's my story for today. I want to hear from anybody. You know, if you're sober curious and you haven't quit, like, what do you think about that? Like, is that one of the reasons that scares you? Because I'll tell you, I did mourn it, but even in mourning it, I knew I didn't want it back. Kind of like that friend. Like, I knew that that friend was not good for me. And I didn't want her back, but it's okay that there was a hole in my life for a time, right? So for my sober curious people, is that something that scares you? And for my sobs, for my sober people, for my non-drinkers, for my alcohol-free people, whatever you're calling yourself, did you go through a mourning process because you thought, you know, you had this relationship that did turn sour? Drop your thoughts below.